So the building project began with enthusiasm, and different groups of people took sections of the wall around Jerusalem to rebuild. Some groups worked on the gates, while others built portions of the sections between the gates. As a result, the wall began to take shape rapidly. But as we've come to expect, trouble rose once again from our nemeses, Sanballat and Tobiah. And once again, Nehemiah and his people were not deterred. Hello, I'm Stuart Baskin, pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Tyler, Texas, and this is your daily devotional for Saturday, January 15th, 2022. The story goes like this. Now when Sanballat heard that we were building the wall, he was angry and greatly enraged, and he mocked the Jews. He said in the presence of his associates and of the army of Samaria, "What are these feeble Jews doing? Will they restore things? Will they sacrifice? Will they finish it in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of rubbish and burned ones at that?" Tobiah the Ammonite was beside him, and he said, "That stone wall that they are building, any fox going up on it would break it down. Hear, O our God, for we are despised. Turn their taunt back on their own heads, and give them over as plunder in a land of captivity. Do not cover their guilt, and do not let their sin be blotted out from your sight, for they have hurled insults in the face of the builders." So we rebuilt the wall, and all the wall was joined together to half its height, for the people had a mind to work. Taunts. We've all heard them. At some point, we ourselves have likely been the object of someone's taunts. And if we're being brutally honest with ourselves, we've probably hurled taunts ourselves at one time or another. We know that they can be a distraction, and sometimes even a real hurdle, especially when we let the taunters into our heads. They have a way of making us doubt ourselves or the wisdom of whatever we're trying to do. They do it for a couple of reasons. First, they want to get in our heads and cause us to doubt ourselves. But they also do it because they know they have no other tool at their disposal. Ridicule is the last option for lost and desperate souls who know that the only way to win is by tearing you down. Which speaks to the deeper reason why people resort to taunts and ridicule: insecurity. They are almost always deeply insecure people. So when Sanballat, Tobiah, and perhaps others taunt Nehemiah and the Jews, demeaning them personally as well as the quality of their work, they reveal themselves to be who they are, weak and insecure. Nehemiah's response is instructive. He doesn't taunt back, nor does he enter into the sort of tit-for-tat we expect to hear on the playground. Instead, he prays. He prays. Nehemiah prays for God to bring justice against Sanballat, Tobiah, and the others. He leaves justice and matters of revenge up to God and doesn't take it into his own hands. And then he does the smart thing. He goes right back to work, he and his people. In one of the most curious lines in the Bible, Nehemiah says, "So we rebuilt the wall, and all the wall was joined together to half its height, for the people had a mind to work." The wall was joined to half its height. I take it he means that once all the sections linked up together, the wall was already at half its intended height, which is really quite an accomplishment once you get right down to it. But it happens for one very specific reason. The people had a mind to work. Clearly, the taunts and the ridicule hurled by Sanballat and company not only failed to deter them, they evidently motivated them. You might say that they met the taunts of their adversaries with sticks and stones. Not with sticks and stones as weapons, but with sticks and stones as building materials. See, sometimes the best way to meet the taunt of a bully is to ignore it and to redouble your efforts. It's a good way to shut them up, isn't it? When we return on Monday, the taunters turn to threats, and the people adapt their strategy to meet those threats. But for now, may God continue to bless you and keep you in all that you do this day and in all the days ahead.